All right. I think we decided that there's enough lore in this game to talk about, so that's what we're going to do. So, let's read this story that's on the back of the box. Fairy-opoly. Once upon a time, a little girl dreamed of becoming a fairy. Upon hearing of her dreams, her parents said, "Oh, that's nice, dear, but how about being a teacher or maybe a doctor? Something real." Real, she thought. I'm 6 years old. I can't be a teacher or doctor at 6 years old, but I can be a fairy. All it takes is a pair of wings and a little imagination. I don't think the rest of this needs to be read.
No.
Alright, so we're going to go through the lore.
You want to go through this and just show off the pictures?
Yeah, we can. There you go. So you can do your favorite fairy dance. We'll do this pretty quick. Ooh. That one's pretty generic.
Yeah, I wish they were less generic on those.
But, I mean, like, look at her thinking she's lost in the forest. Ooh. There she's eating honey with GGB. Alright. She's moving around with a rainbow. Alright. Probably should have made sure all the cards were like flipped up the right way. Oh well, too late now. Yeah, balance this on your head for 10 seconds. I remember doing that. I have to say, as far as like a game that is definitely meant for kids, but not so, out of touch to realize that it's a game too. I think this is one of the best like general like kids games we've played. And I guess there is some strategy. I didn't like that rule that was like you're just supposed to start handing out the properties, but it is what it is. I guess I didn't really like. I felt like I ran out of acorns pretty quick, so maybe they didn't really set the game up to give you enough acorns to like actually like. Alright.
Alright, let's just show off the instructions in case somebody loses. Oh my gosh. That's the only way I figured out how to play the Scooby-Doo card game.
Okay.
That's good.
There we go.
Here's the acorns. I wish they had.
Yeah, if they put acorns on the dollars, I would think that would have been so much better.
I feel like they didn't make this money though. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. What's it say? Lit and fun, and we trust.
That's good enough.
Yeah. It just doesn't.
Looks
Yeah, doesn't have any acorns on it, which pretty bland. I'll go on through these guys too. What do you think about the like characters you play and being just some weird frog and flower? I kind of like, and it's like, hey, you want to be Hoppy? Or you want to be Red or Buzz or Flutter or Flitter? Yeah, it's Flitter. Munchie.
The strawberry
Spot.
doesn't even make sense to me.
No. Lady and then Daisy. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I feel like there should have been more, I don't know, like the frog type thing. Mm-hmm. But then again, it probably should have just been people. Because you already were supposed to be playing like as a 6-year-old girl.
Yeah.
So it probably should have actually been like people. Alright, there's Summer. Let's read her lore. Summer was born on a hot summer day in a beautiful yellow rose. She loves the summer season. It's her job to make sure that the sun and water reach all the plants of the forest so they grow strong. Since this is a very big job, she depends on all of her friends in the forest for some help. Sometimes she's even glad when Stormy throws up a storm, but it helps water everything. But she could do without the thunder and lightning. Summer believes in the power of friendship. I wonder how many of them believe in the power of friendship. Is Summer an anime character? There's Sparkle.
Well, that's not just anime.
Yeah, I know. It's just like everywhere. All right, Sparkle is the fairy that creates sparkles. As she runs between the sun rays and any shiny surface, is a delightful little fairy. Man, I'm bad at reading. Who loves to add a bit of twinkle to the world. She is attracted to anything that glitters and shines. She especially loves to play in the sun rays on water. Sparkle believes in the power of wishing on falling stars. So she doesn't believe in the power of friendship. Flurry. Flurry is a winter fairy that loves nothing more than to cover the forest in snow. She loves riding the icy cold winds over the bare trees and calling out to her fairy friends, "Come out and play!" Of course, most of them won't because they are hidden underground where they can stay warm until spring. Flurry believes in the power of code. All right, Flutter. Flutter is the caretaker of all the butterflies that flutter around the edge of the forest. She likes to pretend she's a butterfly. She dresses like a butterfly and paints her wings like butterfly wings. She often organizes large butterfly parties where she serves tiny sippy cups full of chilled nectar. Flutter believes in the power of imagination. Glory. Glory is a fairy that brings the morning light. She calls gently to the sun to rise. She whistles a happy morning tune, and all the little birds join in. As light covers the earth, she flutters to each morning glory flower and lifts its sleepy head. She is happiest in the morning light when the birds are singing. and there is a whole wonderful day ahead. Glory believes in the power of today. Hmm. Petal. Petal loves every kind of flower. She loves flowers so much that she makes all her clothes out of flower petals. She is a very caring and thoughtful fairy and makes flower petal hats for her fairy friends for parties and gifts. Petal believes in the power of beauty. All right, Sparrow. Sparrow is the caretaker of the forest birds. I think this is only Guy. I could be wrong, though. I guess we'll find out. He dresses himself in bird wings that he finds so that he won't scare the birds. As he helps them, he always he is always on the lookout for injured birds. He carries backpack full of things to feed hungry baby birds if the mother bird is gone too long. Sparrow believes in the power of caring. They all believe in something, but only one of them believes in friendship. All right, Little Lilac. Little Lilac is only 3 years old. She lives in a lilac bush at the edge of the forest. Every morning, the other fairies dress her in lilac blooms. She flutters around all day, visiting friends and playing. It is always a pleasure to have her visit because she is a sweet little fairy, and everywhere she goes, she leaves the she leaves the fragrance of a lilac. Yeah, that makes sense. Lilac believes in the power of fragrance. What's the power of fragrance? Have you ever watched a Perfume Story of a Murder? That's the only thing I can think of. That's the power of fragrance. I would tell kids not to watch that. Wisp.
Erica cared about the power of fragrance, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she did actually. Wisp loves the color yellow. That is why she makes her home in dandelions. She would love to see the world covered in dandelions. Man, she makes some people mad in their yards.
I think that would be an easy thing to do.
Yeah, every day she makes a skirt of dandelion fluff and seeds and flies around scattering seeds everywhere. Her favorite drink is dandelion tea, of course. Wisp believes in the power of joy. Well, I can tell you she's not spreading it to people who try to get rid of the dandelions out of their yard.
Well, you know how little girls like to pick up dandelions and blow them in everywhere?
Yeah.
I think they would think she's awesome.
Yeah. I think it's like any... yeah. I don't really care personally for my yard, but like, yeah, I know people who definitely do. Stormy. Stormy is a likable fairy, but she has trouble with her temper. And like a child throws a temper tantrum, Stormy can get very worked up. But when Stormy gets angry, she doesn't throw a temper tantrum. She throws a storm, complete with wind, rain, thunder, and lightning. Stormy believes in the power of lightning. Man, I just like how it starts with Stormy's a likable fairy. There's like almost no way I think Stormy's like Moss. Moss is the oldest of the forest fairies. Some say she's 100 years old. She lives in the cool mossy areas of the forest and rarely goes into the sunlight, mostly because the moss from which she makes her clothes dries out and becomes too small. She is very wise and believes anything can happen if we set our minds to it. Moss believes in the power of positive thinking. There you go. You know, I'm kind of surprised she's like the oldest when you look at her. All right, Rainbow. Rainbow is truly lovely to behold. Her friends are Summer and Stormy. Sometimes while they are playing together and Stormy throws a storm, Rainbow tries to smooth things over and creates the most beautiful rainbow across the sky. Even Stormy can't be angry after seeing such a thing. Rainbow believes in the power of peace. What do you think about that?
Sure.
Sure. Baby Bell. Baby Bell is a brand new baby fairy. She was born in a woodland plant called Lily of the Valley. Many fairy babies are born here because the leaves make perfect cradles and the blooms are lovely little hats for baby fairy heads. All the other fairies are very excited about Baby Bell. A new baby brings a lot of joy and celebration in the fairy world. Baby Bell believes in the power of lullabies. Oh, there you go. Dreamweaver. If she doesn't believe in the power of dream. Okay, well, I can't believe it. Okay, Dreamweaver is the fairy of dreams. If you've had a good dream, Dreamweaver probably flutters into your room while you were sleeping and sprinkled a little dream dust on you. She is very special and is loved by all the other fairies. If you've had a nightmare that wasn't a visit from Dreamweaver, or that wasn't a visit from Dreamweaver, that was probably something scary you watched on TV. Dreamweaver believes in the power of dreams. Well, don't watch that movie I suggested. All right, Clover. Clover is a mischievous little fairy. He lives in patches of clover. He loves to take things from his fairy friends while they aren't looking and hide them somewhere. One of his favorite playful pranks is to hide four-leaf clovers from humans. He makes them very hard to find. Clover believes in the power of play. Well, I guess there's two guys. There we go. I think,
Glad you got.
yeah. GGB.
You feel represented now.
I guess. At least I can play this game. GGB is an adorable little fairy. She is the caretaker of the forest bees. She is always busy searching the edges of the forest for the flowers. The bees need to make their delicious honey. When she isn't hunting flowers, she loves playing with her fairy friends and making blackberry tea with honey to share with them. Gigi Bee believes in the power of sweetness. Well, that's the last fairy. I don't know if there was anything like else interesting.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I think that was it. I guess there you got this little card. You can kind of just see it since I got it out. All right, that's a Fairytopia lore. We might do more videos like this sometime.